Are you filing your nails? Are you filing your nails?
It's the motherfucking DRE. Dr. Dre, motherfucker.
Hey, what is going on, YouTube?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. What is going on, YouTube? It's the Crowdfunding Comics Creator Power Hour. And in honor of Cara Nicole's love for the Super Mario movie, I decided to come in costume, even with the white creepy gloves. You see that right there?
I do. That's very creepy. It's very, very creepy.
It's a me, Nile.
It's a you, Mario.
Because I know how much you love the movie, and I can't wait to talk to you.
Oh my God, no, I love the original movie that everybody hates.
No good. No good. So Cara, how have you been?
You know, living the dream, getting some stuff out there, working on some projects, making comic books, doing what we do, you know, get ready. We're going to Alaska next week for ArcticCon. What? So
That's your first time going?
Yeah, I've never been to Alaska before, so super excited about that.
What are you excited about doing in Alaska?
I don't know. I've never been to Alaska. I don't know what their options are. I mean, I hate the cold. I hate the snow. I'm really hoping that it's daylight for 7,000 hours. That's what I want. I don't know. I've never been. I mean, I hear things about whales. Am I going to see a whale? Are there land whales in Alaska? I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, how big is Anchorage? If I want to do so, I want to go play some music out. We're going to be there for some extra days. And we're like, okay, how big is Anchorage? 2,000 miles.
That's it?
But it's all mountains, and there's about this much that's like city. And then you're like, oh, okay. So it's it's a big city. It's actually the 5th largest city in the United States. It's bigger than Rhode Island, but it's all mountains and useless area. So I don't know.
You can try eating some whale and other dried meats of, the deer type.
I don't eat those things though.
You can try it. You can explore, go on an exploration like we're doing tonight with 4 great campaigns.
I know, right? I'm excited about these campaigns too. These are going to be pretty awesome. But
we've got some cool campaigns going on here. Let's just a little preview. We're going to be talking about the Saints 2.
Sick that
we've
is.
got the Libertine art book. We've got Dynamite. We've got Beyond the Stars 1 and 2. I mean, there's a lot of great campaigns tonight. We've got some great guests. So I think I'm going to start piling everybody in. So everyone, please welcome Mr. Cole Musick. How you doing, brother? Welcome. First time on the Pop XP Crowdfunding Comics. Welcome. We got our good friend, long time. He's been a guest host. He's been a guest. He's come on here for many campaigns. We got Mr. Alton Simpson in the house, brother. How we doing?
I'm great. Glad to be here.
And we got 2 prestigious gentlemen in the house coming. We got Mitch Breitweiser in the house. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, Nile. Thanks for having me on.
And then we got Mr. Nick Amendolare.
Amendolare.
Amendolare, how are you doing?
I'm doing it fine, Mr. Scala. How are you doing it today?
I'm doing it excellent. The bibbidi bobbidi bobbidi boo, my brother.
Oh,
all right.
I'm here all night.
There you go. Right.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's gonna be
okay.
good.
We've got 3 hats. We've got 1 mustache. We've got 1 glasses. I think Nile's the odd man out.
I'll tell you what, though. We got something epic coming, but it's not just yet. When you want to talk about some great features. So let's bring in our next second to last guest. We've got Mr. Scott Wakefield in the house. Scott, welcome.
Hello. Wow, I pale in comparison, and I know what you're leading up to. So I might just step aside and
now we got 3 glasses. 3 glasses and 3 hats. And all right, thank you, Scott. You like leveled my ADD playing field.
I can put some glasses on if you want.
I'm happy. I can take glasses off. Let's just keep messing with them. Let's
do it. And lastly, everybody, this is woo! I'm loving this, Mr. Rory Boyle. Look at that beautiful beard!
Wow!
Look at that.
The best part is it's so out of screen you don't know where it stops.
I know. Where does it lead?
Keep I'm just going to assume you're a great sportsman with a beard like that.
What am I doing here?
I surpassed Gordon Fisherman status. I'm working on Gandalf. Yes.
There you go. Well, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. We've got our great guests. You see them all here. We're going to be talking some great campaigns. But first and foremost, me and Cara had a little conversation last week, which is why I'm donning a little, Super Mario effect here. This is real. I could just screw this mustache for you guys tonight. But
well done.
Who here has actually seen the new Super Mario movie?
Not yet. It's on the docket.
Is it just me and Cara? Is that it? Wow.
What?
It's a blockbuster, people. A blockbuster.
We'll get to it.
I've heard it's great.
And I even have kids, and I haven't gone yet.
There's no excuse.
I know.
I'll tell you the movie. I absolutely adore it.
Horrible, Dad.
It was a horrible.
What?
I know you can't do that. Cara, did you like the movie?
No.
Why?
Okay, so I felt like it was overdone. I felt like they really kissed her butt. Like, the reason that she was the princess, I thought, was that whole little girl thing that I'm a princess. Look how good I am at every single thing. And then, like, she's so great at everything. I'm sorry. Like, no, knock your stupid ass down. Seriously, I thought it was way too like Peach is so great. I mean, the reality is we know Peach is all kidnapped all the time. And sure, in the second game and in the RPG, she could fight, and that was great. But the original whole thing was that she was kidnapped, which means she a weak ass bitch getting kidnapped.
Tell them why you're mad, Cara.
I am. And Jack Black is so much better with Tenacious D than he was singing in that movie. And her name is Peach. And the plural, Peach is Peaches. Who wrote this song? Alton, you're a music writer. Cole, you too. Come on. You'd be like, somebody wrote that. You'd be like, shamed.
You know,
my beer.
I mean, yes, but I've also heard way worse on the radio, so it doesn't really surprise me.
You cannot compare Jack Black singing Peaches to Beyonce's, Chicken Dance All the Single Ladies. They're both terrible, but,
you got Nick on that one.
I got to confess, I love Queen Bey. I'm sorry.
She did
just
not
deal
write
with
that,
it.
Though.
Listen, everyone has their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Don't make me feel ashamed about it.
You know what? You can listen to some of my music and you'll be like, all right, get it. Like, I am more like I write more like Queen, whereas, repetitive.
Fat Bottom Girls is my ringtone.
Oh, I'm digging that.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ain't bad.
Remember when you would remember the days when you would record a song on your phone to make it your ringtone?
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Are you gonna tell us about your tape deck calling and leaving a message at the radio station? Can you please play New Kids on the Block for Nile for his birthday? And they're like, hey, this one goes out to Nile. quote, right? And then you're all like, hold on, I gotta push the button on my recorder. And then your tape goes, blah, and you gotta get the pencil and be all like,
Yeah.
I don't go that far back, but I
The
feel
bad
the
old
pain.
days.
I feel the pain. But anyways, let's dive in here since you guys haven't watched the biggest blockbuster out there right now, and I recommend you do. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. Great voice acting, Nick.
it is the longest commercial you have ever seen in your life.
For Mario Kart or for
The movie.
For the whole Mario franchise.
For the Mario franchise.
And a little Donkey Kong in there too.
Yeah.
A little Donkey Kong in there too.
But
let's jump into it. Let's jump into our first campaign. We're going to bring Nick and Mitch up on the spot here because we got a great book up on Indiegogo right now. We've got the Saints 2. Boom. Right here from Allegiance Arts. And Mitch, right off the bat, the art is just sick. Absolutely
That's
sick.
good.
Yeah, all the credit goes to Christian Rosado, who did all the interiors for the book, as well as Butch Geis, who inked this beautiful cover piece that I colored here, and it's we really I think it struck something artistically very great with this project. So I'd love for you to flip through and see some of Christian's amazing work, because Elizabeth found Christian online two and a half years ago. Brought him to our attention. He's from Peru. He's a total sweetheart. The guy's a mega professional, and it's some of the most astounding comic book art that he's produced that I've just about ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love the line work, man. Actually, I love the thick lines, like the inking style of this.
Yeah.
Did he do the inking?
It's beautiful.
All the inking and the color is all his.
Wow.
He's a very well-rounded illustrator. Young guy. He's going to be
and really,
That's
he's
hard
a
to
good
find.
storyteller.
very good. Yeah.
I mean, look at that though. I mean, the color palette alone, like it's so dynamic and sharp. It really has a lot of energy.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play your campaign video, and then we'll scroll through the campaign and talk about the story and everything. Great video.
That was awesome.
Great video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
good
cool.
music.
Yeah. So Mitch and Nick, let's talk about, because this is for the Saints Volume 2. Let's kind of go back really quick to the Saints Volume 1, and really, where this story started and where are we headed to now in the Volume 2.
So if we'll take you back to the Volume 1 pitch, I guess essentially we have a lead character here, Jean-Marc Lapointe, who is we would describe him as like Indiana Jones meets Jake Paul. So he's a kind of a rebel archaeologist with a high social media profile, and uses a bit of a glory hound and a fame hunter who writes some sensational books, but is ultimately on the quest for uncovering real science, right? Which often, but his means often get him in trouble with the establishment, I guess you'd say. And he's on the cusp of the discovery of his lifetime, that's going to rewrite history as we know it. This is where we have our setup in the first episode, which is available here. And that pisses off just the wrong or right organization and sends his life into a tailspin, as well as pretty much everyone in his orbit. And so that's kind of the plot for issue 1 and 2, or Volume 1, and then we have Volume 2 here, which picks up on that thread of how deeply he falls into the rabbit hole when he falls into an organization called the Saints, that is sort of kind of guarding humanity from the organization that LaPointe's discoveries would have exposed, right, in Volume 1. So, and we pick up on the story of Rachel Brewer, his close ally from the sort of his lifeline to academia, and what happens to her life as she gets entangled in this organization, and what she uncovers. And it's sort of a giant onion peel of characters as they get kind of hurtled into the next character, and it slowly reveals the onion of the world and the sort of grand conspiracy to rewrite or change our reality, essentially.
Yeah. This rabbit hole has one hell of a drop.
It does.
Yeah. The further you go along the story, the more intrigue follows, and everyone is sort of sucked into this vortex. Whatever, even the ancillary characters, whatever they touch, they're drawn into it, and everyone's life is impacted, some positively. For the most part, it's negative because you got to have conflict. And that's where we are now, working on episodes 5 and 6. We develop characters that you think they're secondary characters or throwaway characters, and they're not. They're impacted directly by this discovery of this underworld cabal and everyone around it. And they just get hoovered up into the carnage. It is
hoovered up. I like that term.
Very English.
The goal was to tell a very grounded story, a very grounded world with a very character-driven plot, with just elements of the fantastic that really give you great visuals and big hooks for the book. But it's very character-driven and very grounded in the real world and the contemporary world.
Right. Mm-hmm. We named each episode after the city it takes place, and the city and the setting is as much of a character as the characters themselves. And you'll see in 3 and 4, especially in 4, where when we were rewriting the script, we made Tokyo, it had to be Tokyo. And so, I sent, poor Christian was inundated. I'm like sending him reference images. Like I think I pestered him. Email, Instagram, I'm hitting him up, and it's like, yes, Nick. Oh, and I could tell he's like, dude, this guy's like gonna drive me nuts. But when he sent back the finished colors, the palette is so different, and he has a way of making the drama leap off the page. He's even his flippin' layouts are vibrant and athletic. He's just a hell of a guy to work with.
Athletic's a great word for Christian. Yeah, his whole bit.
Yeah, no, the art's incredible. I love his lines, and what's great about his lines is how complicated everything looks. It still looks kind of simplistic, right, in detail. But yeah, it's a very elegant flow. I love what he puts together, and I love the thick lines.
We had him on our panel yesterday, and he talked about some of this. And so if your viewers want something to watch after this program or tomorrow or whatever, you jump over to our program, catch Christian's first English language interview where he elaborates on some of his process and how he compiles references. The guy does a lot of work in terms of compiling his references, but also in terms of structure, like the fundamental structure of the layout, right? So he talks a great deal about that. So it's a good one to follow up on.
I'll add the link.
A little muffled there, man.
Yeah, I'll add the link to that. So I'll get the link to that. I'll put it in the description below. So anyone that's watching this, live or watching it later can check it out. So you can get in depth more on the artwork here. But this is great. Now you guys so this is a 44-page book, correct?
That is correct. And we also have a reprint of volume 1 available for this too, which is a 52-page book. Back them both if you're new to the Saints, and you're getting 96 total pages of fantastic story and Christian's amazing art for you to sink your teeth into. So it's a pretty great bargain if you get both. Or if you've already bought volume 1 and just want to get caught up on the story, you can purchase that one as well as a $15 book.
Now, wait, did Mitch do the colors on this too? I don't remember.
I did the color on the cover along with.
Yeah, I know, but the interiors, I love the color on the cover. I really love this.
Well,
I really do.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate. We worked really hard, or I worked really hard on this, but most of the credit goes to Butch, who gave me this phenomenal design. And Christian and I both have been inspired by Butch in our careers. Christian ended up coloring all the interiors himself for this project. And
did he? Okay, because I would like, if I could get a cover from you two for my book, I would be down for that. Like, this is tits, man. This is awesome.
Hey, Nile's got my contacts.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. I need to take my notes.
There you go.
My 10,000.
There you go.
Mitch and Nick, and your price points here are really favorable. I mean, 2 books for $30. I mean, you're basically talking almost 100 pages for $30. And then when you're just going down to, just to get the volume 2 is $15 for 44 pages. I mean, that's not bad at all.
No.
We wanted people we want people to buy the books. I know that sounds like duh.
You want readers.
But the truth of the matter is, if you price people out, why would they buy it?
Yeah.
I mean, common sense.
We're writing this book for a huge audience. Nick and I approach every scene and every page and every bit like we're playing for 100,000 people out there. So the price point has to be right for those people, and eventually the floodgates will open for a project as deserving as the Saints.
Yeah. Now, do these books go to direct market? Do you after you crowdfund, do you just get them out through distribution of any kind?
That is certainly on the horizon. That is something that needs to be done for all our works. Right now, we're just sort of focusing on finishing the work.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mitch. The original printing of Volume 1 of the Saints is sold out.
Yes. So that book is totally sold out.
So it's important that if you want Volume 1, you're going to have to get it in the reprint. And if we can show them the cover, that's a beautiful cover as well. This is my favorite cover. I'm not trying to disparage anyone else's work, but that cover is my favorite. But the other one that Christian did, I don't know where.
It may be too small because it's in.
It may be too small.
It's in the preview.
We need to give an alternate cover, and it is
right here.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so we can only see it in the thumbnail. Well, that's an oversight. We need to put that on the campaign.
I would definitely get that
everybody
on there.
See it. In fact, I'll do that tonight. So you guys come back and visit the campaign later tonight, and I'll have that image up there, and you can check it out.
Awesome. So you guys have 44 days left on the campaign. You're at 173 backers, which is great. So you guys have some time on this, which is awesome. So everyone out there that's watching this, I have a lot of Allegiance Arts books, and they're all, the art's just fantastic. The stories are great. It is truly such a talented team of creators working together on so many different books. I've read the Saints Volume 1. Very excited for the Saints Volume 2. I haven't backed it yet, but I will back this because I need to carry on with the story. And really, everyone out there, check it out. It's good stuff here. I can attest to it because I've read them. I've read everything that's come out from Allegiance, and everything is good. But I understand funds can be tight. We know how things can be. So if you can't back it, the best thing you can do is, if you can, help continue to support the indie community. Share it on your Facebook, your Twitter, Instagram. Help spread the word out. And I hope everyone does that for all the campaigns on here tonight.
Absolutely. Spreading the word is huge, guys.
Sharing
is caring. My 4-year-olds will tell you that. But now this is what do you have lined up after this campaign? Anything?
Fulfilling this campaign, because this book is ready to print. This is a complete book. It's already been lettered, and it's pretty much a pre-order. And so we're going to focus on getting this one out into customers' hands. And then we have our Futurist, our collection of the Futurist Season 1, which has long since been wanting to see the light of day. So we'll start building some enthusiasm around that project. And then Christian has illustrated episode 5 for this book, the subsequent, or the next chapter for this project. So we're excited to see Christian get to the end of episode 6 of the Saints, so we can package it up and do this all over again with the volume 3. So those are the plans for Allegiance Arts moving forward for the year, and they're very exciting. A lot of exciting projects ahead.
Very cool. Very cool. And so Mitch and Nick, where can people go to follow what Allegiance Art's doing, and even follow what you guys are doing?
Well, I think our social, Nick and myself, our social media handles are underneath. I think Instagram and Twitter, likewise for me. if you want to follow Allegiance Arts, it's at Allegiance Arts on Instagram and Twitter, and we keep that pretty active. Go to our website, though. That's where the fun is. So we have digital editions available on our website, and sign up for our mailing list so we can stay in touch with you.
All right. Excellent. Very cool. And again, everyone, the link for this campaign is below. We've shared it on social media. We'll continue doing so. But if you want to check it out, please go into the notes below on the thing on our video live stream here. You can click that link, head there. Plus, our great admins have been posting it throughout the chat, so you can check it out there. Also, the link to the video that Mitch was describing before, talking more in depth with the artist of this book, that link is in the live chat as well. If anybody wants to copy paste it, check it out and do that as well. But I got to ask you guys before we jump into Alton's campaign, have you guys seen that AI pizza commercial that someone had made?
No.
It's the first I'm hearing about it.
No way.
Can you play it?
Oh, we're gonna watch it. It is the creepiest thing I have seen. So let's check out this AI pizza commercial.
Are you ready for best pizza of life? Bring friends down to Pepperoni Hug Spot. Our chefs make pizza with heart and special touch. Cheese, pepperoni, vegetable, and more secret things. Need delivery? Pizzas come fast. Knock, knock, who's there? Pizza magic. Eat Pepperoni Hug Spot pizza. Your tummy say thank you. Your mouth say, Pepperoni Hug Spot. It's like family, but with more cheese.
With more cheese.
Nightmare seeds.
That is just like, yes.
That couldn't be better.
I gotta take this thing off.
Is that from that guy that writes? He originally started saying he had a robot watch 1,000 hours or whatever and make like a Hallmark movie, and it ends up being he actually writes and they're hilarious, like the Hallmark. So it just feels just like that.
I do know creepy.
Does it have Ed Asner in the Hallmark movie that he made with AI? Because it won't be a Hallmark movie unless Grandpa is played by Ed Asner.
Right.
And the woman is the big city lawyer who comes to town to destroy something, and she finds a meeting of Christmas and falls in love with the tree surgeon who's broke,
exactly.
Yep. Drop dead handsome in this town that no one works.
And they all have time to shop for Christmas trees and go and candles and.
That's my favorite Christmas meme. Is as a mildly successful mid to large city man, my biggest fear is my girlfriend going off to her hometown to fall in love with a hunky, blue collar worker.
Yeah. He's waiting.
Finds the meaning of Christmas
in Vermont.
No one has a job except for the people who own a bakery.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
They give it all away. They just give. Yeah.
Well, I feel the need to warn people going into this. You've got like certain tropes. Ed Asner, big hunky tree surgeon, big city lawyer chick, never gets a hair must, and a freaking bakery and some contest involving baked goods.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
You gotta have JC Vaughn says you gotta have hot chocolate. And festivals must be included.
Mr. Vaughn
that's where the baking contest comes in.
Yeah.
Well, and then they fall back in love.
That's right.
And it's a pageant or a Christmas, whatever the hell.
The
festival, and got to save the town in one, or
save the business.
Raise X amount of money or the town dies.
Something.
You know what? We should write our own right now.
We just got
it here. Yeah, that's good. Every point.
Take it to Hallmark, or just
and we can all play the parts.
AI.
It's sad I even know these. Don't judge me. I mean, we've just met. You know,
we've all seen them.
We forgive you.
So it's not just me.
No, it's not.
Guilty.
I have to say, my parents literally watch the Hallmark Channel 24/7. Whenever I go over there, the Hallmark Channel is on.
It's comforting. Very comforting.
Why is it the two Italian guys that have seen it?
I don't know.
Probably the bakery.
There you go.
Where's
there you go.
For me, it's Alicia Witt.
Yeah.
The redhead. Don't make that face.
Who?
Don't make that face.
Oh, you just killed it, Nick. You just killed the Hallmark moment.
Yeah, Nick.
Thanks a lot, Nick. Now we have to jump into the next campaign.
Well, my bad.
It's okay, Nick.
But Mr. Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my segue. But Mr. Alton Simpson, we've got Libertine art book and shared universe comics. Look at that. Look at that Dame. I like that. Tell us a bit about what we've got here, man.
Well, I wanted to come up with another character for my shared universe, but like Bunny, I wanted to test the character before I do the actual comic book. So she's a ex-military, black ops, mother of two. They kind of, when she gets back from war, she goes rogue, goes covert, kind of like Daredevil in the Netflix show. First season, of course. And
I like how you preface that.
Yeah, I mean, there's cooler versions of everything. I tried looking at the coolest version, but the actual comic will be a little harder core than the pit up, more like a female Punisher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
but I wanted to explore what people go through when they come back from the military. A lot of the themes.
Yeah.
And patriotism and heroics.
Yeah,
So.
and that, I mean, the campaigns, you have 12 days to go.
Yeah.
You're well beyond your goal. I mean, it seems like people are responding to this character.
Yeah, they seem
you're over
like
10 grand, which is great.
Yeah.
So we'll check out your campaign video and then we'll scroll through.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
I see our own Cara Nicole there.
Yeah, thanks, Cara.
Hey, thank you.
Super
Love
cool.
doing these. I love your characters. They're always so vibrant and exciting and fun and feminine, and like you just bring a lot of enjoyment out through your characters.
I try, but it's the artist. I mean, I'm just the writer. I write as vivid as I can, but when you do what you do and they do what they do, everything comes alive. So I've been lucky.
Yeah. Now I love this piece right here, man.
Yeah.
And I know this has kind of been like the highlight image. Now, I know it said it in the video, but who was the artist on this piece?
Ruben Rosas.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think I met Ruben at Baltimore Comic-Con.
Very nice. Now, how many artists are featured in this book in total?
I think it's like 10, 12. But I'm also offering, since the other campaigns were pretty popular, I get requests all the time I've done 8, this is my 8th one.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of requests for like past campaign things. So I decided to throw all the other art books in from previous campaigns. So
you might as well, right? People
Yeah.
want it. You have the add-on feature now,
Yeah.
so absolutely.
yeah, so just with that's almost every artist I work with. And it's over 100 pages of just art book stuff. And then I also get requests for the shared universe. I have 16 comics now over the 5
That's crazy.
different series. Yeah, it is. It's kind of insane. And, people want to get the next issue or catch up on something or get part of the shared universe. So I offer those. And then my graphic novels, I only did those because the stores were saying you have so many issues, you might as well just start doing graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 of those now. Vampires Volume 1, Vampires Volume 2, Werewolves of Brooklyn Volume 1, and Blackjack Volume 1. And they're like 98 to 100 pages each one. So
now you stock your local comic shops, right?
yeah, I did. I stopped doing that as much after, when COVID hit, it was hard to get anything back into the stores. But yeah, Fat Jack's Comic Crypt, the oldest comic shop in Philly, my local store, Ron's Comics, where they sold my first comic actually 5 years ago. Last week, it sold out the first time. Of course, Jay and Silent Bob's, Kevin Smith's store, where I sold out 6 times. So
crazy.
Yeah, I've been lucky in the stores too.
No, you have not been lucky. You've been busting your ass. I'm not going to give you luck. Luck is bullshit. You're not Domino. You worked for this, man.
Well, Cara,
you earned this.
Just trying to keep up with you and Wendy and CB and everybody else. You know, you guys showed me the way. You work pretty hard. So if I'm going to be on the team, I want to pull my weight. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. That's great. I love that that analogy.
Now, with an art book like this, right, you're introducing a new character into the universe, right? You're trying to see how people respond to it. Do you offer, is there some type of synopsis of the story or where this is going in the art book so they get some behind the scenes on who this character is?
No, I give some, but really the idea with Bunny, the reason I did the first art book was because the character is kind of unformed, and I give it to the artists and Cara, and they do their thing with it, and that actually is like feedback, because you know I'm a PhD research scientist, so I'm a big like research person, and based on the Kickstarter, it tells me what people really enjoy about the character, and then I use that when I write the first issue, and that worked very well with Bunny. Bunny did 17 on the art book, and then 37 on the first issue.
Oh wow!
So I'm trying that with Libertine.
Oh,
I mean, personally, I've written out an outline of what I want to do with the character. But, you know, like I said, when I get feedback from this, you know, that'll help me write a stronger version.
So what kind of feedback do you get? I'm curious. What kind of feedback do you get from an art book as far as the development of your story and character?
Well, I don't actually tell the artist what to, you know, like even that costume, I think Cara and I were talking last week or 2 weeks ago, and you guys probably remember the bomb pops that you got when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It was red on the top and blue on the bottom and white in the middle. That was my idea for the uniform. So a lot of the versions of the uniform that you see is what the artist's interpretation of what they think the uniform should be. And some of those will be more popular than others, and that'll be worked into the story.
Oh, okay.
So it helps with the look, you know, and gives me ideas about what people think.
Oh, nice. That's an interesting process.
Yeah, it worked for Bunny pretty well because I kind of leave everything open to interpretation. Like when I have shot film, I'll write a character kind of loose and then see what the actor brings to the character. It kind of works the same way with the artists.
Now, how is Libertine going to tie into like vampires and like the whole universe you have?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody always asks me, are they in the same universe? And they are. I don't think I've tied everybody together yet, but I'm at issue 9 of Vampires, and I actually wrote 2 more issues, and then I'll probably end. I wanted to do 10 issues for every character. So I'll probably end Vampires, that version of Vampires, pretty soon. So I always imagine like a team up, like an endgame scenario where everybody has to come in.
Yeah.
So I'll get to it. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I usually write 2 or 3 books ahead, and then I give it to the artists who do the interiors, and it helps them out a lot because they know where the story's going. It's not just like one issue and then, you know, I'll see you next year and you do another issue. They have everything. And pretty much with the Vampires guy, with Connor, it's kind of like, you know, he's got a day job with the Mouse House. He's pretty busy. But when he has free time, he works on the next version or the next issue of Vampires.
Oh, okay.
It's worked out pretty well. They know where the story's going.
Yeah, yeah. So they're in the loop really on the whole arc.
Yeah, I think it helps the book too, because I think, like, you know, back in the 70s when I would read a Spider-Man story, you know, all the issues fit together when you lined them up because they had an idea. I like to think they had an idea where they were going. You know, now I hear the stories of the bullpen and it's like they were throwing stuff at the wall. But in my case, I like the idea of an arc, 3 issues at a time arc, like we used to go see movies in the 80s. It was always 3 movies.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great, man. I love all the different art styles in here.
Yeah, and that, you know, what I like is what they give back to me are things I wouldn't have come up with myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm actually glad that we started talking about the Mario movie and these costumes, because I'm going to tell you guys a little story in regards to my version. Originally, I was supposed to shoot this in Hawaii, and I got very, very sick, and I didn't get a lot of stuff done. And then I got bombarded and whatnot, and I had this idea for how I was going to do her outfit, and my pool guy. That didn't work. So then I was like, okay, well, let's try something else. And then I was like, I liked the boots and the gloves, right? But then I originally had this like blue bottom that came up and then the red top with like little holes in it and whatnot. And Alton was like, you look like Mario. And I was like, son of a bitch, I do. And I was like, fine. And then I was like, wait. And so I thought about the stars and the stripes. So I went with that instead. But yeah, it totally almost looked like Mario.
Very cool. I find that hard to believe, Cara, that you would look like Mario, but if you say so.
The outfit looked like it. It was like,
All
wait,
right.
no, this is wrong. We're not doing that.
Yeah, that came out great. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Who is that? Yeah. Oh, Bob Heron. Okay.
Yeah, Bob. Bob's the guy that does interiors for Witches of Westchester and Bunny. And I had an idea. I said, Bob, could you make remember those posters of Uncle Sam where he's like, I want you to join the army?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, can you, make her I want you to join, the revolution.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I have to say, Cara, I really like how this picture came out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
It came out really good.
That's how brilliant she is. She's like, oh, I just, threw it together and it looks like that.
Well, I actually went through a lot of different design choices and a lot of different ideas. And then what I ended up taking to Hawaii was actually, I took the wrong pieces. I took the wrong top and the wrong bottom and I mixed them up wrong. But then I was like, man, I really like that top. And I wanted to be able to use that because it's kind of got the cleavage and the under boob cleavage. And I really dug it.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, and then the hair, it was I had different options, but that was a brand new wig. And I was like, I love this hair. And I was looking through some more of the art. And so I'm actually one of those people that kind of gets a little skittish with doing cosplay covers because I want to make sure that I embody the creator's vision very, very well. So I was really glad that we had that talk. And it's like, oh, okay, I got a lot more creative freedom on this when I started seeing the other ones. And I really enjoyed that. So now I kind of feel like I really get to push the limit, which I didn't really get it because I did that on Bunny too. And I was so happy with her. And I guess I just need to give myself a break and just give myself the freedom to do what I do, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about all of it,
Yeah.
Let you be you and shine through whatever idea I have. And then it's collaboration and it turns out, it always turns out great.
That's what I do with my artists too, is I want them to, I want to bring out the best in them. And you really seem to get that. And, I, just so y'all know, I read Alton's doctoral dissertation.
Yeah,
I would do that. I was
that. Thank you.
I
can't even read it now.
Yeah.
I'm sick of looking at it.
Right. But no, your stuff and anyone is.
It's a reward level, by the way.
That's funny.
That'll close down the whole.
So when this so once this campaign obviously ends in 12 days, when are you looking to have this fulfilled into the backers' hands?
Well, it's all when I usually when I do a comic, I have everything done and ready to print before the Kickstarter starts. So I'll have all this assembled. With Kickstarter, you wait until the money comes in. As soon as the money comes in, I'll send it to the printer and I'll have everything out, April, May. By end of June, everything should be out.
Oh, awesome.
I try turning it around, within 90 days, 60 to 90 days.
I have a question for Alton, if he doesn't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed you're on Kickstarter. We still go back and forth, the Kickstarter versus Indiegogo debate. And I'm not trying to create controversy. This is more like a asking for advice. Yes. Why Kickstarter over Indiegogo? What was it about it that appealed to you more?
It just seems like a bigger playing field as far as name recognition with the general public. We had a problem with the Bunny Kickstarter where, believe it or not, in the middle of my biggest Kickstarter, the page stopped working. It stopped taking money. And it stopped for about 4 days. And I looked at my team, and I was lucky enough to have Lisa Malone on the team. And she said, do you have an Indiegogo account? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I could throw everything up on Indiegogo for the 3 days, whatever time we can't be getting money there, and we'll shoot people over there. And I actually funded on Indiegogo in the middle of funding on Kickstarter.
Wow.
So I noticed that they have the open, you can leave it open to people, as an open store after you fund. And I like that. So I left the Bunny. Bunny Goes to Space is on Indiegogo. It's a store. And Witches of Westchester is a store also. And I just find it feels like a bigger impact when you do a Kickstarter generally with people. Just it could be just name recognition,
What caused the freeze?
They didn't say, but I was lucky enough. And I can't. I'm blanking on his name, but he literally screenshot the error message he was getting when he was trying to pay and sent it to them and complained, and then they took care of it because they didn't do anything for a couple of days. Yeah, and I was losing it. I was like, things were going so well, and then I was literally getting people complaining they couldn't buy it.
Wow,
for like 3 days. It was crazy.
I remember that. We were going through that too. Yeah. But one of the things you can do is you can do Kickstarter, and then you can roll over into Indiegogo. And they used to take 4%, but now they're taking 9%, and I don't like that. But you can do like a second chance over on Indiegogo. You can add a couple new covers, and then you can also keep selling while the Kickstarter is being fulfilled, and then roll into that store.
Yeah, Indiegogo has been doing a lot of weird things lately.
Yeah, and then the craziest thing with my books is I was in a comics launch class that I took the class, and some guy was complaining that his books were being resold on eBay. And I said, I wonder if mine are up there. And I saw some up there for like $200. And I was like, that's insane that there's a resale market for these books. But we don't print a lot of these books when we print them. It's not like we print 10,000 or 20,000 books. So, collectors are, collecting. So I opened up an eBay store. So now I ship that too. So I'm doing a lot of shipping.
Yeah, no, that you got to do that, because again, like you said, some people, some creators I know see some of their stuff now in the secondary market, right?
It's
and
big.
they get a little annoyed, like, wow, they're selling my stuff for this much. I should be selling. It's like, well, it's just kind of the nature of the beast.
Since I actually made it.
You have to look at it as if someone is selling your stuff on eBay, then you are being represented on eBay. Well, and if they're paying too much, they're going to know who you are. Now they're going to look you up, and now they're going to buy from you so that they're not paying that eBay markup. Now you have created a fan in a place where you did not have one.
Right.
Good way of looking at it.
Yeah, no, that's a great.
Yeah, I wasn't offended. I was just like, well, it's.
I know you weren't offended. I was just explaining it to to everyone else.
Yep. Yeah. No,
I appreciate that. It's good to know these tips, to be honest.
Yeah. The big thing too, I noticed, because like I work with Billy Tucci and stuff, and we do the Kickstarters and we do Indiegogos, and we run them pretty much at the same time, and we get a good good sales on Kickstarter, we get good sales on Indiegogo. But from doing this now for going on 5 years and interviewing and talking to thousands of creators, the big thing I noticed is culture. You kind of have to. You have to still build your own culture and fan base, because no matter what platform you go on, it's not the platform's responsibility to get you backers or to promote you. It's just a podium, right? It's just a platform to put your stuff on. And Kickstarter is great, but Kickstarter is also huge when it comes to this. And they're also not just crowdfunding comic books. Their focus is big tech and other things that gets put on there that makes it actually gaming. Gaming brings in the most money for them. I think since Kickstarter started, they've done about $9 billion in successful back campaigns, and like $7 billion is actually from gaming. Wow, it's incredible. Man. But you really have to focus on culture and growing your brand, whether that's being a YouTube personality. YouTube has become a big success for creators because they're bringing the fans and that culture into their world. It's literally part of the creative process, the hangout process. Like, they become part of the family. So to me, it's not really which platform is better. It's how big can you get your culture, and where can you get your books? Because that's what your fans are going to go where you go.
Yes. And you can always get more fans from new places, but I'm glad you brought that up, Nile. That's really important. I've actually seen this. Sometimes I'll look into, like, we're looking at doing a music Kickstarter for our next album. And so we started looking up some campaigns, and it's like these campaigns, there's ones that never made $1. because people just put it up there and just send it out into the ether. You have to
that was
build
my
your
first
business.
campaign on Indiegogo. It was vampires, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't make any money, and it tanked after 3 days, and I was like, I'm horrible at this. And then, I educated myself, and other people told me this is what you should be doing. So it's a process,
Yeah, very much
Scott, how's crowdfunding been for you? I mean, have you explored different platforms and things, or have you kind of stayed with what's worked for you?
I am very new to this. The Steam Patriots 1 was my first book, and that was through Silverline. So the business side of it, the ins and outs, I haven't been part of the decision-making process. I know the conversation has been that, I'm not sure if it's correct, but the impression is that Indiegogo seems a bit more suited to trade paperbacks or graphic novels, bigger books. And Kickstarter, people seem to be more receptive to the small comic books, the smaller size campaigns. I'm not sure. This is our second campaign. I think Roland and Silverline go with what they know. And we have discussed when things get bigger, perhaps doing multiple platforms. But I haven't been intimately part of that process.
Gotcha. No, understood. And I mean, Mitch, you've done Kickstarters, you've done Indiegogos. I mean, is Indiegogo your preferred platform?
Yes, we're building for it and for the way it serves the customer and the general platform. Their updating section could use some updating, for lack of a better word. They need to make it a little bit more robust in the ways you can engage, interact with your customers and returning customers in your community. I would love to see more community stuff on Indiegogo, and I think they'd have a real fun time. But like you said, 7 billion out of 8 or 9 billion is all gaming. So if the gamers need it and demand it, I suppose we might all get it. But I love the demand store for Indiegogo. You can leave your products up there for a little while longer.
I like that Indiegogo takes your money right away. So people aren't waiting until some random time to have their money removed from their account.
Right.
It does it right away. I like that it asks for their address right away.
Really
and that you can put the images into the tier. Bless you, Cole. You put the images directly in the tier. With Kickstarter, you don't have that. So you got to kind of like back and forth. It's so annoying. And then Indiegogo did the add-ons before Kickstarter did. So that was nice. And now Kickstarter's like, hey, let's start bumping up. So
Kickstarter's slowly adding features.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever do the in-demand thing, though, because that kind of goes against like their whole model.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, anyways, everyone, make sure to check out Alton Simpson's campaign, Libertine. It's on Kickstarter right now. Let me bring it back up just so we can see. We got, 12 days, right? It's 12 days to go. Check it out. The link's below. If you like it, back it. If it's something that might not be your cup of tea or the funds just aren't there, please help support the indie community. Share it on all your social media, their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you're using. Or even if you guys are looking for any good guests for your YouTube channels, for my fellow YouTubers out there that watch and need some good guests, feel free to reach out to anyone that's on the stream and see to help them on to promote their campaigns. And did your light just fall?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I have a young offspring urchin crawling around.
Urchin, I love that.
She's trying her best. Now she's embarrassed. She's not even on camera.
Okay. It's all good.
That's okay. Right. That's okay. But before we jump into Cole's campaign, for me, I'm a big DC guy, probably because I kind of grew, when I grew up, right? A lot of great DC stuff happened in the early 90s and things like that. And, obviously Flash is a huge, I'm a huge fan of the Flash, huge fan of, Michael Keaton's Batman. And they dropped the second trailer to the new Flash movie. And have you guys actually taken a chance to see that trailer yet?
No. When did it come out now?
I think they dropped it. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
It popped up all over the place. I just haven't had time to really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, if you get a chance, I sent you a link if you were to check it out. Check that out and take a look. I can't put it up. Last time I put a trailer on, I got suspended for 90 days from Warner Brothers, so I'm not going to do that again. Yeah. But I'd love to get your guys' take because I'm actually I haven't been excited really for too many DC films, but this one's kind of, and it might be because they kind of plug it more like a freaking Batman movie. But
that's what I said too.
You know, but what do you, Nick? Let's start with you, man. What's your thoughts on this trailer?
I have to admit, I think I have to see the movie to understand. Like, I don't know who this female super person is. I love Michael Keaton as Batman, but I'm having a rough time understanding how this world works. And I think had the trailer given me an inkling of how these worlds have collided, I would have been able to come away with perhaps a little more willingness to be enticed to go. I have to admit, this whole thing with Ezra Miller is like, I mean, he's great in a movie called We Need to Talk About Kevin. He's been in a lot of great stuff like, you know, Perks of Being a Wallflower. But right now, there's so much stench going on with his behavior. Even I'm turned off. And usually I look the other way on certain things. But I have no idea what the hell's going on, to be honest, Nile. I need a little more information. Visually, it's stunning, but story-wise, I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, at the end, so what DC is doing, and I'm sure many viewers, maybe even some of you know, is what they do is after they premiere a trailer or show a trailer, at the end, they clip the comics that the movie's based off of. So if you want to get to know what's going on, they actually show you the comic books you need to read to understand what this movie's about, you know, and what the story is. So if you watch at the end of the trailer, I mean, that trailer has it. They throw like 3 different covers up there. I forget which issues they are at the top of my head, but that will actually bring up to speed on what this movie's about. You know, with this version of Supergirl that's in it, you know, you got Michael Keaton's Batman. You have
He's
Ben
playing
Affleck's
Bruce
Batman.
Wayne, Daniel. It's there's some comments in the comments.
Yeah.
You want to know if Thomas Wayne
Bruce
was
Wayne
in
or
it.
Thomas
I don't
Wayne.
believe they're using Thomas Wayne.
Correct. No, he's playing Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
We all want to see Thomas Wayne, though.
Oh, I would love to see Thomas Wayne. Right?
He's the brutal Batman. We'd like to see it. And who do we want to play him? Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, yes.
That's what everybody says that who they want to play.
Okay, that would be pretty hot.
Thomas Wayne. So we're waiting for that.
It will never happen.
But I like Keaton because I was standing in line for the first Batman movie like everybody else in 1989. So
yeah. I can't remember if that was the first movie I ever saw as a kid, like in theaters. I don't know.
Yeah, my first one was Love Story. Wrecked all my relationships. I thought you had to die to fall in love. Not to give away the ending.
Oh,
It was only, what was I must have been 5. My parents took me to see that.
Wow. What was the tagline of the trailer? I'm sorry. What can you
Love
say
means
about a
never
girl
having
who's
to
dying?
say your story.
Loves me never having to say you're sorry.
No, that's the famous line. But in the trailer,
Oh, I don't remember.
Ryan O'Neal in that sappy voice saying, "What can you say about a girl who's dying?" I'm like, dude, this is like, you want me to go see this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
My first movie memory. But my mom did take me to see Superman when it came out. The first,
Wow.
So that made up for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Hopefully DC pulls it off. It's their time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm curious though, because honestly, with the success of Super Mario Brothers, whether you like it or not, it's doing very well.
Yeah, it's
and I'm wondering if now we're going to do the transition of superhero movies were huge. I think a lot of people are actually kind of tired of it. I mean, in the past like 2-3 years, like a bunch of Marvel movies I haven't even seen. Right?
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah,
You're not must-see movies. See,
exactly.
They used to do events. We like events. A movie should be a big event, not a there's another one. There's another one. There's another one.
Yeah.
They're not buses that are just going by. You want it to be impactful. And if you're not going to make an event out of it, people just say, well, just put it on streaming when I get time.
Right, because it gets expensive when you're taking your whole family. And so they did good with having the TV shows, but then they went back to the movies, and it became problematic. And I absolutely agree with you, Alton, on that.
Yeah, it's too much. So, but DC
well, there's so many
has opportunity to really, do their thing. So let's go.
Disney Plus has actually harmed, I think, that experience because why the heck do I want to spend God knows how much to go see a movie that, well, I can watch Scott Lang play, Ant-Man, I'm like, whatever. I like Paul Rudd, but I'm not lining up to go see Ant-Man.
No, but I'll go
And the
see
last
Ant-Man
really-
once in the theater. I'm not going to go see another one. And
Well, I saw the
one
first
another
one in theaters, and then after
That's what I
that, I
mean.
was like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. The first one
the
was
mistake
And
is they think they need to do 3 of each movie. You could have done 2 Ant-Man movies, and that would have been okay.
I would rather than they save the
It's
money and
Ant-Man.
do a better Werewolf by Night,
Yeah,
because that was an
right.
atrocity.
Well, did you see the Disney Plus Werewolf by Night?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I liked it.
The only thing that was Werewolf by Night is the title. Oh, and there was and there was Man Thing.
Man Thing, that's what I mean. Yeah, I like.
By the way, that whole story is ripped off from The Most Dangerous Game.
Oh yeah,
this novelette from like years ago that they made into a movie.
Yeah,
It's
been good God, man, a film student would know
Simpsons
that.
episode, Treehouse
sorry?
of Horror. One of the better Treehouse of Horror episodes when Mr. Burns
right?
does the Most Dangerous Game. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I feel very rude. I have to depart. Rory is having internet issues. He's sending me screenshots of his computer not working.
We got it. You got diarrhea. It's okay. You can go.
I have to be a husband and father, and I might be double booked. So
do you want to show your campaign real quick?
If you could, there's a quick teaser. I don't mean to bump anybody. I'm sorry. I feel rude.
No, dude, we're chatting about Werewolf.
All right, so you got it here. Beyond the Stars 1 and 2, Steam Patriots 1 and 2. So do you want to talk a bit about what you guys have going on here?
Real quick. So Silverline has teamed up our titles on the Kickstarter campaigns. It's been the usual, doing 2 at a time every other month or so. And we're teamed up with Beyond the Stars by Ron Fortier. He's prolific in his writing. They're both issues number 2. And Steam Patriots is our book. I co-created it with Rory. We were both in the Coast Guard together. We came up with this idea about a decade ago. It is steampunk meets the American Revolution. And we've got a fictional hero, Felix, who meets, he's swept up into the war and gets teamed up with Ben Franklin. This is Quentin Bedwell's cover there. Love it. Love it. We gave him just a vague idea. This is a cover by Rodo. You know what? I can't think of his full name. He goes by Rodo. Art of Rodo. Rodo is drawing. And then we have another cover by Peter Clinton. They do a metallic cover, which is the exclusive content right now for Kickstarter. They're beautiful. Seeing them on screen does not do them justice, but they're amazing foil covers. And this is a continuation of issue number 1. It starts in August of 1776. And our hero Felix, it's his story, follows him through the war, and it's the very early days of steam power. It's a steampunk origin story, so everything's very raw and rudimentary in its technology. And I can't talk much about Beyond the Stars, but I can say it's an awesome epic sci-fi story. Rory, I'm going to pass this off to you because I got to bounce.
Sorry about that.
I am so sorry. Thank you so much for having me on, and maybe another time. Everybody, thank you. Have a great evening, Rory.
Have a good night.
Take
Scott,
it away.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Living out in the boonies definitely has its what's the opposite of perks?
Downside.
Detriment. Yeah,
that one.
So tell us a bit about Steam Patriots. What's the story about? I know this is partnered with another book, but we're here to talk about your guys' book that's on the campaign, Steam Patriots.
Oh, gosh.
Scott kind of started getting into it, but just kind of give us a synopsis of what the book's about.
So, like I said, Steam Patriots number 2 takes off where we last left off from number 1. This one, we have more of a bit of like little intrigue. You don't know where certain allegiances lie, and it's kind of a big deal. Ben Franklin, still our go-to guy with Felix Ward at his side. He doesn't spend the whole revolution in America. He goes off to France. So eventually he's going to have to hand off, the machinations to other people. And so if you've read the first issue, Felix's father is somehow drummed up in this as well. So that carries on to the second one. And if you read the first one, this brother's got something to do with it too. So we're also working on some side stories to expand our universe. Mm-hmm. And Felix's brother is going to be off on his own adventure, which I'm working on right now. It's more of a maritime-centered story to begin with. So it gives us a whole different, world to play with. So that's really cool.
Now, how do people get a hold of issue 1?
So you can use it as an add-on for this. So once you click on whatever tier you want to back, and it goes to the next screen, you can add on issue 1. There should be a completist tier or completist for both all the covers, like all the A covers for issue 2 for Beyond the Stars and Sea Patriots, all the issues for 2 or C. After that, you can add them on. I don't think there's a complete backlog as a tier, but as add-ons, you can get every Silverline comic we have out on there.
Oh, very nice. Now, are you guys published through Silverline now?
We are. Yep.
You are. Okay.
Yeah, we got the first 4 issues coming up. I'm sure Scott talked about it. 3 is just about at the artist, and 4 we've just about finished storyboarding.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's cool, man. I like the concept of this.
Thank you.
That's
We've had a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, very cool. Now, I got a question. Does Silverline actually distribute to comic shops?
So right now we're based on individual levels. So Scott and my comics, Steam Pages, we're at our local comic shops in Western New York and Ohio. Everybody else I can't speak to because Silverline is just a big umbrella and everybody is still their own content creator owner. Okay. So everyone's very personally responsible for their own comic. Silverline does their best to publish and push. And we're looking at different outlets. As far as local comic shops, it's up to the creators.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, everyone, the link is below. So if you want, check out the campaign for yourself. There's what do we got? We've got, come on, mouse. 3 days left on the campaign. So we got to get funded. The goal is 4,000. There's 3 days left on the campaign. They're more than halfway there, but they got to get there. So if you guys can, please make sure to grab the link below, share it on all your social media, help push this campaign to its goal. There's 3 days left to get to a goal of 4,000. I hope you guys can get there. The concept's great. The art looks good. The covers look great.
It.
This is another one with those colors, man. I'm telling you, we got a theme tonight of like colors.
Yeah, we're blown away by our artists. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, that's some great stuff, man. Rory, good luck to you on this.
Thank you.
Now, if this doesn't fund, is it going to prevent anything from happening? You guys going to keep moving on?
We have yet to talk about that. We'd have to figure out because the comic itself is done. That's Silverline's thing. This is more of a pre-order. It is done. We might find funding elsewhere, or might try it again later. But we're still going to keep on steaming on with issues 3, 4, and beyond. We have so much material we can cover through the Barbary Wars, War of 1812. So we have a lot of content to cover, and it's our baby. We want to make sure it succeeds.
Very cool. Now, do you go to conventions and stuff promoting this?
We do, yes. And the next one we'll be at is Three Rivers Comic-Con in Pittsburgh.
There you guys are. There you guys are.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey.
That was like a middle-aged beard. Now I have like an older age beard. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was good.
Nice. Well, good luck, man. Good luck to you with this campaign. Again, everyone, check it out. This is a really cool book.
Much appreciated.
I'm throwing money at the screen.
There you go. All right, Cole. Let's jump into some Doug Dynamite issue number 1.
Yeah.
Cool. That looks good. That looks really good.
Guy wants to fuck me up or something. He doesn't look.
Yeah, he does. I love that hat though. How do I give me one of them hats?
Dynamite,
If I had a headband, I could be Duck Dynasty.
There you go.
Oh.
And that's rad too.
So Cole, is this your first campaign?
This is technically it's the third comic that I've been a part of. It's the second campaign that we've run under the Demiurgent Creative label, which is the small publishing label that I co-own and put all this stuff out through.
Oh, very cool. So what do we have here with Doug Dynamite issue number 1?
So Doug Dynamite is basically kind of a throwback to 80s and 90s style action, headbands and sweaty pecs and big muscles and one-liners.
Sweaty pecs. I've never heard someone say that.
It's part of the tagline in the campaign. I had to say it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, let me do this. Let me play the video first, and then we'll scroll through the campaign. Oh,
Don't miss out.
There you go. Boom.
Nice. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Caught me off guard. I like that music. Had me going. I like the interior art's really great.
Did you compose that, Cole?
I wish. That's a song by Overkill.
Okay, don't say that to anyone because that didn't happen. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so we're looking at a sample page here. I see limbs missing, no arms, no legs. There's a bloodbath in the alley. What's going on here?
So the basic story that we have going on in this first issue is that there's a bustling metropolis that gets overrun by something that's really hungry for meat and people, especially those with muscle. And Mr. Doug Dynamite, who was previously a top secret government cryptid hunter, has gone into retirement at this point, or at least he's trying to. And when the agency that he used to work for can't contain the situation, they basically want to drag him back in for one more job.
It's always one more job.
Every
right?
time.
Yeah.
One more.
Every time.
Pull me back in.
Just when I thought I was out.
That's right.
Yeah.
But he has dreams of owning his own gym, like we see in some of these sample pages here. So if he gets a lot of money, maybe it helps fund towards that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So where's this? All right, so we've got a creature of some sort eating muscle-bound people, wanting the protein that it can gain.
See, you get it.
There, yeah. So what does he have to do now? Is he on like a hunt now?
Pretty much. They're gonna take him into the city where the outbreak, so to speak, has happened, and they're just gonna let him do his thing because those at hand can't do it. They need the best. They need Doug. That's why they're bringing him back.
Doug Dynamite. I love that. Now, I have to ask you a question. Are the pages actually this off-white color in print?
No, that was just that's how it looks on the file itself because we were kind of sampling some older looks, and
I like it.
I was going to say I like it. I like it.
Classic.
Yeah. Now the look of the interiors, you can see all of them right here. That it's definitely meant to look a bit more retro. So
yeah, okay. So you do have the off-white gutters.
Oh yeah, we do.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Did you have any other names for him that you experimented with?
Not exactly, because funny story about how we came up with the name, me and my partner, Kate, who could not join because she is neck deep in writing her master's thesis.
Oh, yeah, I know that pain.
Yeah, seriously. But during the height of lockdowns and pandemic and stuff, we were playing a whole lot of co-op games and catching up on titles that maybe we missed back when. And one of those was Army of Two. And
that was a good one. Yeah,
it is, isn't it? And so just as a joke to kind of go with the crazy macho action tropes, we gave our characters ridiculous action movie names, and the two that came up first were Doug Dynamite and Squat Thruster.
That's so good. That's so good.
Nice.
I went with Strauss Manley myself.
Oh my gosh!
You gotta have badass action hero names,
right? Yeah.
And then we were in between writing script ideas, and then we decided, you know what? Why don't we just do a super crazy fun action comic that you would see, like if it was Predator or Cobra or Commando or Demolition Man, and put it on the pages because I feel like the classic action hero thing has, I don't want to say it's died out because that's not true, but it's not as big as it once was. And
the times have changed.
Yeah, I sense a renaissance on the horizon.
Do you know how to use the 3 shells?
Do we know how to what?
Use the 3 shells.
Nobody knows how to use the 3 shells.
What are the 3 shells? Elaborate.
It's a demolition.
Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Has to do with the bathroom in Demolition Man.
They don't have toilet paper. They have 3 seashells.
Shells. Stallone's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with these shells?
He doesn't know how to use the 3
They never explained that. They could have a sequel where they explain the shells.
Yeah. I don't remember. I've seen that. I don't remember that. I'm a horrible movie watcher. Jeez.
You need to use the 3 shells after you go to Taco Bell.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Once it's in
You're on
Europe,
the fast food wars.
Man.
So where's this story? So this is issue 1. How is this? How many issues are you going to have in this story arc?
I'm hoping to have at least 3 because I would like to tell a complete story arc with Doug and what he's going to go through, because there's kind of a cliffhanger ending at the end of this one, or at the very least it's an ending that very heavily shows you, oh, there's more going on, so this is not going to be finished with just issue 1.
Yeah.
So
nice.
However, I'll say a minimum of 3, but however many it takes us to tell a complete story.
All right, cool.
And
well,
plus,
everyone,
we got a lot more one-liners to get through as well.
Yeah.
Tell me how I can get one of those cool hats.
One of these cool hats, like this one I'm wearing right here.
Yeah.
These are available as add-ons within the campaign.
Cool.
Is there a tier where I can submit a one-liner that can be used in the next
that's
episode?
a good idea.
Ooh, you know what? There's not at the moment, but you might have to consider throwing that in there.
Yeah.
Yep. We offered
Good idea.
unofficially, Scott and I offered on ours, if you have like a great character, we'll make it like you look like you, but we'll definitely kill you off.
Oh,
man, I would have totally submitted to that.
well, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
That's
it's a secret tier, if you submit just enough. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I
A
might
few
have.
people do that. You can get drawn into books, this and that, but
Yep. No,
you
yeah.
get drawn in, then guaranteed you will get killed off.
Yeah. So far we got 2
Might
of
have
our
to
friends
do
to
that.
do it, and they were more than happy.
Good idea.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, Coleman, I wish you luck on this campaign. You are funded. You've got 10 days to go. Again, as I've been kind of reiterating all night, everyone, check out the campaign if you're watching this live or recorded. The links are all below for all the 4 campaigns that we're on tonight. And again, if you can, help continue supporting the indie community, the crowdfunding community, by sharing on all your social media platforms, and help spread the word for all these great campaigns so that these artists can keep doing what they're doing. Artists, writers, creators, all of them. So that's really cool, man. I like this concept you got here with Doug Dynamite.
Yeah.
Thank you. The pages are more or less finished. The inks and pencils are all done. George Vega did an amazing job delivering on those. Josh Burkham's about halfway done with the colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to lettering and printing after that. And just a fun little side note for anybody that's a fan of original art, because art collectors are out there. My favorite thing about this campaign is that there's a lot of cool potential and options, or opportunities, I should say, to get some original art from the Doug Dynamite pages for not much, honestly. We picked out 10 of the best original production pages and offered them up, and I think 6 of them are gone, so there's only 4 left, but they're still available. And also sketch cards, like little trading card sized ink head sketches, are also a tier on the campaign and totally available. I think those are an add-on as well. So, and we're not asking a lot for them. It's that's my favorite thing about it, is I like to give people their money's worth and get some real bang for your buck. And I'm something of an art collector myself, so I always found it was really cool to have that opportunity, but also not go broke doing it.
Yeah. No, it's much appreciated. Much appreciated. And Mitch, we got a comment here from Jefferson Roswell. Mitch Breitweiser, my Norris Saga book arrived today. Looking forward to reading it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jefferson.
Let
us know what you think.
Great series.
You probably got the signed copy or a head sketch from Kelsey.
I think so, yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, nice. Well, hey, I want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you hanging out while we went through everyone's campaigns. All the campaigns look great. Everyone, please, again, like I said, just some awesome campaigns that were on here tonight. We'll start back. We checked out the Saints 2 Awakening. Mitch Breitweiser and Nick were chatting about that with us. Alton Simpson was on with Libertine Art Book and Shared Universe Comics. We just spoke about Cole's Doug Dynamite issue #1 and Rory and Scott's Steam Patriots 1 and 2 paired with Beyond the Stars 1 and 2. Just great campaigns. I wish you guys all the best of luck. And before we go, anything out there that you guys are reading or anything that you may want to recommend to any of the viewers? Maybe something you guys have recently backed or purchased? If not, it's okay. We're all busy people.
Well, I'm currently reading a Canticle for Leibowitz, a novel written in the 50s about after like all the nuclear bombs went off and how the whole world said, you know what, we're not going to do any of that. So all technology went underground. Like every schematic, every book, everything about technology was destroyed because technology is evil. And then how the Catholic Church still had monasteries and abbeys, which secretly like preserved them.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the name of that book again?
A Canticle for Leibowitz.
2024. That's what it's.
Say that 3 times, huh?
Right.
Yeah, 2024.
That's what it's
right.
That sounds like it's going to happen next week. That's pretty good.
And I won't spoil it for you, but there's
it's a how-to
twist.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice. And then, did you guys see my new toilet?
That's so great!
No
I
way.
love that.
Oh, no
Yeah,
way.
just had it installed last night, and then had this one installed in the basement.
I like that.
Good call.
Nice.
Same there.
Feel very safe.
I like the Captain America
I
one.
don't feel safe at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks maybe it's.
I didn't see the Captain America one. Is there one?
It's a shield. It's honestly, it's amazing. I thought, would I pop for that? I'm thinking, I think I would.
It looked pretty good.
I think that they just need to make a toilet seat with the Thor's hammer on it. I mean, it would be
there's the
Thor on
Thor.
so much cheaper to just replace the toilet seat because not everybody can do this. But
This one creeps me out the most.
If you
for some
can't
reason.
lift
It's
the
right
hammer.
behind you.
The hammer should just come out and be the bidet, like a little.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love it.
There you go.
One that if he flips it over, the other end's the bidet, and then you got the toilet paper roll. Where the
Yes.
hammer is.
Nice.
You rotate it.
Future for Marvel Comics and bathroom accessories.
Exactly. And this one's
What they had to
this is
go
a
into.
self-powered toilet right there.
All the
Oh my
merchandising.
gosh.
Yep.
I'd buy that if it was War Machine.
Are these? I'm trying to figure out. So I saw these. I was like, oh, this is funny. But I'm like, are they really toilets? Are they like legit
Nobody's got
Actually
them.
real.
toilets?
Yeah.
Or are they just just kind of like art? Someone made it look like a toilet.
It could just be AI, Nile. We'll never know.
It could be. We won't know.
Never know.
Freaking AI. I mean, AI's got me in the mood for pizza served with people with 7 fingers and
Yeah.
no, their
Bugs-
mouths are
Feed your
Yeah.
chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
webbed mouths of some kind.
Unholy.
Yeah, they were having trouble eating that pizza. I don't know.
Yeah, they were. It was so
Yeah,
creepy.
horrifying.
So creepy.
Level of difficulty seemed high on that pizza. I don't know.
Yes. But anyways, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you to all the guests coming on. I really appreciate you guys sharing your campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much
we
for
will
having
be
us.
we will be live tomorrow night. It'll be last show for this week. Live with Billy Tucci with special guest Kelsey Shannon on, chatting about some stuff. So everyone, have yourselves a great night. Remember, look at below for all the links of everything. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and smash that bell to get notifications. Until then, everybody, we will see you on the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey everyone! Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.